G'day YouTube, Quacker John here. This is the complete video of my Musarri Exhaust journey so far. The Vulcan S stock exhaust is too quiet for me, and I want an exhaust that gives a small bite to the stock exhaust, but I really don't want a loud exhaust. Trevor, a subscriber of the channel, suggested I take a look at the Musarri Exhaust. I was so impressed by his video on the Musarri Exhaust that I ordered one for my Vulcan SE. The Musarri Exhaust is locally made in Perth, Australia, from a company called Screaming Demon. The exhaust I bought is the Musarri GP Street Series full exhaust. It is 4.1 kilogram lighter than the stock exhaust. That's about 9 pounds lighter. And it gives an extra 4 horsepower. So it gives a Vulcan S more power. It has a removable baffle if you want the bike to sound louder. The GP Street Series Musarri exhaust is the quietest exhaust in the range. And with the same Musarri header pipes, you can slip on the Sport muffler, which has a mid-range loudness, or have the GP insert, which has no baffle and is loud. Here I am unpacking the Musarri exhaust when it arrived in the mail. So anyway, that's the bits and pieces. Here is the Vulcan S idling with the Musarri exhaust, and then I'm riding it.
And this is making a sweet sound to me. Okay, it's now pretty well at idling speed. If I'll just give it a little rev. Yes, it certainly picks up the sound as you rev it. Well, people will certainly be able to hear me coming. I won't say much. I'll just let you hear the exhaust.
Okay, now I take the decibel readings of the Musarri Exhaust in my garage. First at idling and then at 5,000 revs. Okay, so I now have the GP Street Series Musarri Exhaust on my bike, and I warmed up the motor, so first thing I'll be doing is testing the decibel reading of the idling. So we can see that the maximum decibel reading at the exhaust pipe at idling is 94.1. Okay, so now I'll be taking it up to 5,000 revs and taking the decibel reading. Well, that certainly wakes you up at 5,000 revs, the loudness. It's 120.9 decibels. I asked Alan for his comments on the Vulcan S Musarri Exhaust, and here they are. I've asked Alan to add his comments to the video. G'day, Alan.
G'day, John.
Okay, Alan, what are your impressions of the Street Series GP Musarri Exhaust?
From your videos, I really like it. There was a good video that you had comparing the 16-inch 410 millimeter Delcovic, and you rode the same streets and the same ride, and then you did the Musarri, and I really liked the tone of that Musarri. And then you did some decibel testing. The Musarri just sounded really nice to me. Now, everybody's got a different view on that, but the tone of that Musarri really sounded good, and you really liked it. It met your needs and that kind of thing. So that's what I really liked about the Musarri.
Yeah, I love it at idling and at 5,000 revs too. It's loud, but it's got a really good sound to it. Okay, so you have now bought a Musarri exhaust today, wasn't it?
Yes.
When you currently have a bull-nosed Delcovic exhaust on your bike, what made you buy the Musarri exhaust?
That's a good question. Based on a lot of different things. I had the 16-inch 410 millimeter black ceramic Delcovic exhaust initially. It had a little higher pitch tone to it than I wanted. So I went ahead and bought the 21-inch, the 550 millimeter Delcovic muffler, put that on. That was basically a 1-bolt slip-on clamp thing. Very easy. That had a much better tone to me than the 16-inch. So I like that a lot. But then after watching your video, my ears, I really like that. And honestly, I bought the Musarri on Amazon, $350, American US dollars, and so it wasn't that expensive. I mean, if you look at some of these exhausts, they're upwards of $500, $600, $700, $800, and so it was a pretty good price. And it was the last one that Amazon had, so I just went ahead and bought it. And I'm hoping that I have the same results as you, where it has that lower tone as you're going down the highway and you're running around. I just liked it. Now, as you said, the looks of it, is a little different. Where to me, the Musarri, it's shorter. It comes out by the swing arm and looks a lot like a Dan Moto or a Two Guys Racing, but the sound is the key piece. And I'll tolerate the shorter look or whatever, but I'm really looking for a specific tone or sound with the motorcycle, and I'm hoping that that'll do it. And like I said, it's about a half an hour job taking the old one off and putting another one on, so it's not a big deal. I'm not real interested per se with horsepower and the rest. I really want a specific sound or tone. That's what I'm looking for, and I think the Musarri will do that. And I can do some videos later about it, but I'm hoping that the Musarri meets that need. So that's why I bought it.
Excellent. You're now the second person who's told me that they bought the Musarri and are selling their Delcovic exhaust, and because of my review videos. So, well done, Alan. And thanks, mate,
Well,
for...
well done. Thank you for all of your work and hard work. Give Screaming Demons a handshake and a shout out.
Yeah.
It is through some imported group that they actually sell it, and it was through Amazon. But like I said, they only had the one, and so I picked that one up, and I'll probably get the exhaust next week. So we'll go from there.
Yeah, I should say that Alan lives in Michigan, USA, and of course I'm in Brisbane, Australia. Here in Australia, the Musarri is about 470 Australian dollars, and the Delcovic was about 700 Australian dollars, and to get something like the Arrow exhaust is about $2,000. So the Musarri, as well as having a good sound, is a good price.
That's another key factor, is the tone, the sound of the exhaust, and then the price. And then also Musarri allows you to easily manipulate the baffles in there. So if you want to go open exhaust and really loud, you can. But like yours, I think that sound is the way I want to go.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoy my videos, subscribe to the channel. The Quacker John Vulcan show is on every Friday night at 10 p.m. Brisbane, Australia time. You are most welcome to join in. You are most welcome to join the Quacker John chat room, and the link for your invitation to join the chat room is in the comments under the video. I have published a book called My Kawasaki Vulcan SE Adventures, and it is available on the Amazon website. See ya!